Today's broadcast was brought to you by Vistaprint. Create powerful promotions that are easy to design and hard to miss. With Vistaprint, it's easy to customize your business cards, marketing material, corporate gifts, calendars, stationery, and more with confidence, or get real-time design help. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint to get $20 off any order of $40 or more. If you have a message to get out, you want it to be affordable, but you want it to look professional. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint for $20 off today.
You are now tuning into Out the Box Radio Show. Entertainment at its best. Hot topics, games, and unforgettable interviews. Welcome to the show.
See you again, girl.
It's good to be back.
Ow.
So soon.
How's everybody's Thursday? Do you want me to talk about my Thursday?
I want to hear about Johnny's Thursday. I've heard it was eventful, so we're going to see how this goes.
So, I was working really hard. I've been working very hard these past couple of weeks, like really hard. And I was at my office and I get a phone call that says, you need to come to the site right now. Now, I'm HR, okay? You need to come to the site right now. I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah. So I drop everything, go down to the site, and it's just crazy. I don't like the way that such and such is talking to me, and I don't think that this is right. I'm like, how old are you? How old are we? You're going to be in situations where people are not going to talk to you the way that you would like for them to talk to you. So it's a way that you let them know professionally. But at the same time, just listen, you're not there to make friends. You're there to do your job and make your coin and go home. It's a lot of the times people say stuff to me that I don't like, but I don't react. Right in there, I may, when they leave, close my door and have a moment to myself and cuss them out, but they not there. It's just about being professional. Like I was so irritated. It's so much stuff still that I have to do. And then as I'm leaving, I get a phone call from an employee that's like, Miss Jonay, I'm scared to do what? Sorry. Miss Jonay, I'm scared to do my round because I'm scared of heights.
What are they supposed to be doing?
So they're supposed to go on every floor and make their rounds and do a checkpoint. So there's a point all the way at the top on the 20th floor. It's the roof. But you don't actually go on the roof. You open the door and do a checkpoint and then go back to the elevator and go down. Like, she was literally in tears. Like, I'm scared. I'm like, are you a security officer?
She's like scared to do the
She's scared.
Use the elevator or something.
She was scared to go on the 20th floor to do her round on the roof.
Sounds like she wanted to go home early.
But that's not it. It was a whole bunch of more stuff that was happening all today. Huh?
She's trying to leave early.
Well, now she don't have a job.
As you should. You fired her because of her fear of heights?
No, I didn't fire her.
Somebody fired.
Same
It wasn't
day?
me.
Today? Wow.
Yeah, like you have to do your rounds. You have to. But the thing is that this was like her third week on the job.
So she apparently hadn't been going to the 20th floor, she says?
So she's apparently hasn't been doing her rounds, or like today you just decided you didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Wild. Yeah. Just kept her little secret going.
She should have told y'all shit.
Yeah.
So what I was going to do was, because, listen, I understand people have fear of heights. I get it. It's a real thing. But the fact that she really had like a breakdown and had to leave left me in a position, because now I got to find somebody to fill that position. Like, I have to find somebody. I can't leave the post And I wasn't going to do the pose. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not scared of heights. Who told you that? But it did. It left me in a position. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't have a floater that I can call right now.
I feel like you were just hiring so many people too recently. You said that a couple weeks ago. You had a lot of stuff to do, a lot of positions to fill. So
yeah, and I barely filled them. They're filled, dang. Thank God.
Oh, good.
It was like literally to the. But that was, I don't know. I had to laugh when I got off the phone. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a good laugh because she was crying. Like, I can't. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
How was your Thursday?
My Thursday was way less eventful. I just hung out. I was down by the National Harbor. I hadn't been there yet, like at all, since they built it up. Yeah, so I went last night. I do like little staycations every now and then, like once a month. I do, yeah. And so I stayed at a hotel last night and just had like a whole self-care day and hung out. I sound so lazy. I did nothing.
No. Listen, I feel like that's something that needs to happen.
Yeah.
But what I do want to talk about, though, just kind of switch gears. We were having a conversation before you guys joined us. Hi, how are you? Before you guys joined us. And please feel free to chime in. You can call us at 404-436-1277. Please call. Let's talk about the quality of the music and the look at this talent. Look at this. I'm getting work emails. Talent that's coming out as far as like the music industry, like the singing. And you said something, Kelsey, like it's not about your talent anymore. What is it about?
Your marketability.
And even with marketability, does that mean that it's quality?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So
there's a degree of quality in marketability.
I don't think so. I think that's
I need an example. Give me an example of somebody who's marketable right now who gives quality, except for Beyonce.
I was just going to say, you can't take that one from me. I was just going to say it.
No, I want you to.
Beyonce
the person
was quality before she was marketable.
What?
She was quality before she was marketable. When she was young.
They got booed on Star Search. They wasn't quality yet.
You have to build greatness.
No, they were quality.
she
just wasn't. They weren't marketable at that time.
No,
that might have been why they were booed.
Because they wasn't good.
But they might have not known their lane though either.
I don't understand the question.
I don't remember what the question
There's
was.
no substance in music anymore. I agree. You can't understand it. You can't feel it. Ashley, how old are you? There is no.
Round it up to the nearest year.
There is what?
Exactly.
There is no substance.
I think nowadays it's getting like it's more substantial, like for sure. Like it's definitely having a little bit more quality to it with all that's going on in the world. Like lyrics are changing, even with rap especially, which has been really dope to see again. But like it's not as often as it used to be by any means.
It's not. I'm still waiting on his. I'm still waiting on his example of somebody who's marketable and delivers quality.
You know who I think is the perfect example?
Drake is marketable and Drake makes quality stuff.
Oh God, no.
Drake
doesn't make quality songs?
Drake talks about the same shit.
I have such an issue with Drake.
Over and over and over and over again. It's nothing different. It's the same thing.
Like loves like R&B singers that sing about love over and over again.
He does.
Who?
Pretty much
Wait,
does.
who does?
Singers sing about the same thing over and over again.
But it's from different different approaches. It's different approaches that make it quality. Drake, for me, he talks about the same exact things in every song, and it's starting to sound the same.
In the same way, yeah.
In the same delivery.
But it's still working, so that's why he hasn't changed.
Oh, that's a good bet. J. Cole. J. Cole's an interesting topic.
He is an interesting
He's
topic.
pretty quality, but he's not as marketable as Drake is because he doesn't.
Because
not
he's
that he
quality.
doesn't care, but he sticks to him. You stick to your own guns at a certain point, and it's not always going to work for everybody.
Quality does not equal mainstream.
No, but marketability does. Marketability is a full
Marketability
word, right?
equals mainstream.
Marketability.
Quality does not.
Do Do you want a basketball player or a football player who does the moves well or wins?
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Repeat that.
I think winning is a team effort.
Winning is the equivalent to the marketability. And doing the move correct, like throwing a perfect spiral, but your team always loses.
But even with
through the football,
no.
That would have to be fixed by the people around him.
But sports is different because in order for you to really be quality and people see your ability, you have to have the ability. You gotta have the ability for somebody to see your ability. You have to. Please tell me no. You have to have ability, the ability to play, the talent for somebody to see your talent.
You have to be.
So
you have to have a heartbeat and can walk. You're absolutely right.
no, it's way more than that in sports.
Okay.
So I don't think the sports was a good example to what we're talking about.
You want to dump on Mariah Carey? Say it.
Mariah Carey has lost it.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that have you heard her lately? Right, exactly.
She's still gonna be Mariah Carey whether she sits in a chair and does nothing. Like she still has all that greatness that's attached to her name from former years.
Yes, ma'am.
But sometimes you just need to tap out.
That's
you know
right.
something? I was actually on. I
Conor
don't think
McGregor.
she has to. If she can make a comeback, great. Like that would be great.
Somehow tours based on what y'all saying.
Hey,
She is always going to sell out tours. She should do. She should always do Vegas and like
Hey.
those types of circuits. That's her.
Mariah Carey is the Conor McGregor of music.
Exactly. That's very true.
And he's embarrassing himself, so he should probably just train fighters. He should be a coach or something, or whatever it is. Well,
Because he's marketable. Marketable.
but the quality of his fighting has diminished.
I don't think it ever was good.
He used to be
He was
good
pretty
at
good.
some
He
point.
could have gotten that
Lower
far.
level people, but when he fights good people, he gets his butt kicked every time.
Lower level people.
Every
I guess it's
time.
true, yeah.
He lost like 5 times.
Now we're UFC
He
pros.
didn't just lose, like he was
Mike Tyson-
defeated.
Mike Tyson's fights were not good, but people wanted to see it, and it was like 15 seconds, and the fights weren't good, but he was marketable, and people wanted to see it.
He was marked.
No, it's you pay all that money. We used to pay $50 on pay-per-view for 15 seconds.
Conor
UFC.
McGregor.
That wasn't a good fight.
Yes, Mariah Carey has showered. She's bathed. She is very washed up.
Poetic.
She's all of the above. She has cleansed herself in a river and all types of things. Listen.
Well, conclusion.
Yeah, she did.
Mariah Carey is 48 years old.
Is she?
2 husbands.
Two
Ex-husbands. 2 ex-husbands.
Two husbands.
I'm saying she's had 2 husbands. She doesn't have any more. Husband less.
Not
But-
currently.
But how many records do you think Mariah Carey has sold?
When she was quality.
Her whole life.
No, a lot.
When she was
A lot.
quality, she sold a lot.
I think she sold even when it was trash. Like, you're going to buy it because it's Mariah Carey. It goes to the discography of her. Like, you need the full
I'm not
collection at a
doing
certain
that
point.
shit.
I hold on to shit now for, like, my future kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to start saving that music. I don't know what they're going to be listening to when they're in the car with me
That's
now.
true.
But there's certain things you save.
Okay, so since y'all couldn't guess,
Oh, no. I wasn't.
more than 200 million records. She's one of the best-selling artists of all time. And she is the 3rd highest-selling female in the United States.
Who's
Yes.
the first 2?
But it's not important. We're talking Mariah. Right?
Oh, no. I'm just curious. I want to marketable.
Okay, so take a guess. Y'all think Beyonce sold more than Mariah Carey?
Whitney Houston and a...
See, and that's a good example of quality right there. And marketability.
Mm-hmm. That was a...
Whitney, MF and Houston.
Whitney Houston. I couldn't think of somebody else. Honestly,
that is past tense.
Maybe.
You're right, Ashley. We on the same wavelength.
Who is it?
So, what about Janet Jackson?
I don't think she'd beat.
Janet can't sing.
She didn't beat Mariah Carey.
But Janet can dance.
She's a performer.
She is a performer. Yes, she is. Listen, I love me some Michael Jackson, but he could not sing.
Didn't matter what he did. He was marketable.
He was, yes, he was. He was. He couldn't, but I love him.
Marketable, whatever.
Okay.
Really?
Did we get the 2 that were higher? Because I'm really interested now.
What do you think?
Of course he's not.
I don't know. Whitney Houston and like... Oh,
Oh,
Madonna.
Lord, no. She can't sing.
No, but she was an icon. She did new stuff.
Yeah, she.
Which I think is where her quality came in, trying new things.
Yeah. See, I'm from a singer's point of view, she was.
She can't. Whitney Houston was 1 or 2? 2. After Madonna.
Dos.
How about that?
Celine Dion's in there too.
Oh,
Oh,
that,
now I like
guess
Celine.
that.
Celine can
I was gonna say
sing.
that.
Celine can sing.
She's still singing too.
And she, yes.
And she never lost it.
No, she's
Never
not.
lost
Have you
it.
heard? So, but have you? She's taking care of herself.
She is, and she's
taking
in her
care
lane.
of exactly.
Like
one.
and he just
And
died.
he just died.
Yeah. So she's on top of it. She's great.
Yes, she's. When you take care of your gift will take care of you. I love Janet. She just can't sing. She's not a singer. She's a performer.
Mm-hmm.
She gives quality performance.
Had she been a better actor, she would have been great on Broadway or something. Well, I guess you got to sing for that, but like
quality
she would have
performance.
been better doing other things.
All right. Well, guess what, you guys? We have. He lost another debate. That ain't no outnumber.
That means you're wrong, though. That's how you lose debates.
We have a very, 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 very special guest in the building today. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to let y'all see who we're going to talk to. She is an actress, and you know, Kelsey and I both are actresses. I haven't done much lately. That's going to change in a few. Hey. But we're going to let you guys see her acting reel, which I'm excited about. Have you seen it?
I watched a little clip earlier. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, so I'm excited to watch it.
Yes, and you guys are going to get to see it, and then we're going to bring her on and talk to her and get all of the inside juicy stuff about the industry and all that good stuff.
Ready?
Yes. Woohoo.
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh, so busy tonight. I've been waiting for this break all night. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
How's Malcolm?
He's okay. He's actually getting ready for a recital at his school, so.
That should be nice. Do you need me to cover any of your shifts?
Thanks, Marjorie. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Excuse me? You know what? By the time I get off work, if Malcolm is not glued to the side of your hip, okay, Tanisha, you and me are going to have our own riot up in that house. Do you understand? Malcolm, Felicia, Tanisha, where are you guys? Over here. Move. Malcolm, my baby. Malcolm.
There was this beloved slave named Susan Richardson, and they called her Aunt Suki. Basket would identify her to the slave trader, who would then shuffle her off farther south. Mom? Aunt Suki was just devastated.
Thrilled about the reunion. He's aware of Cameron's past and doesn't like the fact that British is involved with him. Tired of how she's being treated, British breaks up with Cameron on the spot.
I felt guilt. I felt like everything was my fault. You know, and it's hard for me to really be there for them as they've grown up.
All right, I'm on my way way to work. Michael, with some food in the fridge you can heat up.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I mean, I'm just always working a bunch of different jobs. You know, but I gotta do what I can to provide for my kids. You know, I mean, we ain't never had no money. We've always lived in public housing. Just living day to day. Anthony's death was really hard on Michael. I mean, he had never dealt with anything like that before. You know, I mean, at least not to somebody so close to him. I mean, I know he still has some growing up to do. Ashley, too. You know, and I know it's gonna be hard out here for him. But I'm gonna make sure that I keep listening to him, that I keep encouraging them, you know, and I keep giving them positive opportunities. You know, I mean, it ain't perfect by any means. But we're gonna make sure that it's the best that it can be.
That was a lovely, lovely read.
Yes.
Very well written.
So we want to welcome Miss Latanya Blue. Welcome to Out the Box Radio.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
You're not nervous?
A little bit.
Don't be nervous.
Okay. Yeah, just a little bit.
You made her nervous.
Well, I don't know about that, but
see. So I do want to jump in and ask you, tell us about your journey as an actress. When did you begin?
2010 is when I started. And I always wanted to act, but I played basketball, and it was really, really big. And I put acting to, like, you know, the back part, I guess, of my life. And 2010, when my grandmother passed, and it literally, like, she came to me in my dream. Like, wow. I like, it was crazy. It was like an out-of-body experience. And she sat on the end of my bed and was like, this is what you should be doing. And from there, I started pursuing acting. Yeah.
Nice. Is that what you do? You act full-time?
I don't act full-time. I'm an educator. So,
awesome.
Yeah. Don't you just wish we could just act full-time?
I wish I could one day.
Yes. We're going to be like you, Kelsey. We are.
Yes.
So I have a question because, well, I'm going to skip the question that I had on here. But, like, I was on your Instagram earlier, and we'll get that good plug in there later.
Okay.
But I was going through some of the videos that you do on there, and you do some of your own, like, self-tapes, kind of, like, scenes and little things like that, which were really good.
Thank you.
But I also found it, so my family has a hard time. They think it sounds cooler, I guess, to be like, oh, Kelsey's an actress. And, like, something about the way it rolls off the tongue, I think, makes it sound more appealing to them. I don't know. But I started telling my family, like, I like actor. And I, like, in my theory, I say it because, like, I like competing with the guys. You know? And you had a line in there, a quote from Whoopi Goldberg, right?
Yes.
Do you want to say it?
Sure.
Say it better than me.
Yes, she said, I'm not an actress, I'm an actor because I can play basically many roles.
Right.
Or just not.
And your videos, she does this cool thing, guys, where she does both the male and the female parts. Just swaps. It's so dope.
Thank you.
How did you get into the concept of doing that?
I don't know. It was just, you know, I would pick scenes to reenact and, you know, like I said, from the quote from Whoopi, I said, why can't I play the male role as well instead of finding a male, you know, and I thought it was something that would help with my craft, you know, and going in different places and that headspace. So I was like, hey, I can do that, right?
I think you're onto something, because then if doing that forces you to see things from another perspective. A lot of the time you do a female role and you look at it from a female perspective, no matter what that female is going through, no matter what she's doing, she could be doing just the opposite things from the next female character. But doing it from a male point of view is very different. So it's challenging yourself as well. So that is, you're onto something there, Miss Blue.
Yes. Definitely onto something.
I really appreciate that.
It was a really cool concept to watch. I was like, is she? She's doing it again. And then I go through different videos, but that makes it a lot easier. So when you do like self tapes and stuff, do you ever just do the submission as like both the reader and the person? That's a little trickier, I think.
Right. I haven't done that. That's a good idea.
Probably could, because that just triggered my thing. I'm tired of waiting for people to be my readers. Sometimes. Hard. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You I saw you did something with TV One. Was that through Sirens?
Yes.
So with Sirens, they always want you to do a self tape, but then they don't want anybody else in
that's very true. Yeah,
with you.
That's true.
So that can be challenging too, because you have to react to nothing. So you're like creating this situation, and like you don't want to hear a voice, even if you don't see somebody.
Oh, they don't do the voice.
They don't want. They just want you.
Yeah.
I auditioned for something 2 days ago that had that. And it was the weirdest thing.
Isn't it weird?
It was a phone call. So I was like, okay, I guess you wouldn't hear it. But like, I had to like process. I don't know. They had written down what the characters' lines would be. And is that typically what they do?
Well, or they give you, it's been a minute. But when I did it, they gave you a scenario.
Yes.
And they allow you to be creative with the scenario. But they don't want anybody else in the scene. And they don't want to hear anybody else either.
I actually really like that concept.
You like that?
Kind of, yeah. It was super weird, and it's really challenging.
Yeah.
But I feel like that also gives you more time to dive deeper into the text or scenario that you're at yourself. Because like I had to flush out like what they would say, how I would react like facially. And then like emotionally, and then exert that for the camera. So it was an extra.
And sometimes I'll write out the actual scene and dialogue, so I can kind of have that both characters, I guess, in my mind, and it helps with reacting, you know, so it won't be robotic or
Yeah. So that given, like, how do you prepare yourself for an emotional role?
Oh, emotional is, I don't know. It's easier for me to go there. Just had a lot of trauma, I guess I can say, in my life. So
it's
yeah.
I think because we're females,
it's
easy to get there, to get to that emotion.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be more. That is something that's more challenging for male actors.
I would agree.
So yeah, I agree. It is easy to get to that emotional, even crying. Like I can cry right now. You say cry, I'll cry.
We all just say start crying.
So I do want to bring something up to you guys as well. So you recently filmed with Charm City, produced by Will and Jada, our favorite.
Yes. Everybody's favorite.
Everyone.
Tell us about that. How was that experience?
It was amazing.
Oh, I bet.
It was a process. Like I sent in the self-tape, and they were like emailing me consistently and just kept saying you're in high consideration for this role. Leave these dates open. And I'm just like, look, they're open. You don't have to worry about it. And they literally emailed me like 2 days before I had to shoot. And went in, and I'm in the like makeup and hair trailer, and in walks Will Catlett. Like the Love Is Nasir from.
Yes.
I was just like, wow, like this is real.
Wow.
Like it was crazy.
He here?
I think he's still shooting.
He's still here?
I think they wrap on the 17th.
Still here. Y'all saw that? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part about that experience?
Just being on set with, like he and Tiana Parrish. I'm sorry. Like just interacting with them. And for me, it was that moment like I can do this. You know, I think, you know, I don't know. Just being on set, and it was like this was like real. You know, I've been doing a lot of sets, but this was like major.
It's something in that, and I mean, I want to bring you in because I saw your Instagram post.
I don't know what I did this time.
Even being in that moment, and when you saw yourself on the big screen, that moment of like, oh my gosh, like, I've made it. Not in the aspect of I'm Hollywood,
right.
But as actors, we set goals for ourselves.
Yep.
Like, we see where it is that we want to be. We want to experience being on a real movie set, in a trailer, in hair, makeup, just little things like that. And then seeing yourself on the big screen, as weird as it is,
it is.
Because I remember my first time seeing it, I cried. I was sitting right there like, oh, I made it. You know?
Yeah.
Isn't it just...
It was a lot. I drank a lot beforehand. So.
Oh, okay.
I sat there. No, not a lot, but I did. I had mimosas. It was great. So I brought my best friend with me, and I was just only in it for like a little bit, but it was like, I had like my acting coach, one of them had like an 8x8 like foot kind of screen or whatever that we would kind of see ourselves on for practice, and you realize like how big you were and how huge all of your expressions were and stuff. It was wild. It was really annoying. But then this one was like in an actual, it was at the Bird Theater in Richmond, so it was like an actual historical venue with like a huge like stage. It was beautiful, and like an actual screen. And I was actually the first person. It was a little festival that the students did for like their productions throughout the summer and stuff. And I was like the first face that they saw.
Wow.
And I remember looking, and like a car pulls up, and my friend goes, "So how long into this?" And then I get out the car, and she goes, "That's you." That's you. And I was like, I'm so big. It was the weirdest thing.
It is. It's surreal. It's surreal.
It is.
Oh man, I cried.
Really?
I was right here down the street at Charles Theater.
Okay.
It's like an actual, like, going in. I got my popcorn. Like, I'm going to the movies and see myself. What?
Love it.
Couldn't even finish my popcorn. I was crying so bad. I think I missed my part.
That is
one of my parts. So So just that hearing you just even talk about sitting in the trail, I'm like, I know that had to be like an awesome moment for you.
It was. It was.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Those are the moments though that you have to hold on to because they keep you going.
Definitely.
That's what I think I've started realizing. Like, I honestly never thought about the first time I'd see myself on TV as being a win, or not on TV, on like a screen. As being a win. Like, I've never really had that one moment, but it wasn't until like my friend sat with me and she goes, "You just did that," and I was like, "Oh, I guess I did."
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You do have to pat yourself on the back. Like, it took me a long time because I didn't want to feel arrogant. You know, wanted to, remain humble, but you know, the hard work that you put in. You know, sometimes you do have like good job.
Because let me tell y'all something. It's okay to pat yourself on the back.
Yes.
Because a lot of the time people aren't going to do it. And the people that you think are and the people that you think that have your back and support you, they're not going to give you the, you did wonderful. And sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, I did that.
What?
I did that. You know?
Yes.
So you feel good with your patting yourself on the back.
Now,
it is okay.
It's okay.
It takes some time though to get
there.
It
does.
So, I want to know, because it's a process, you guys. A lot of like my followers think that this is just for play.
Oh.
This is a serious job. Yeah. But the process of acting, which one is your favorite? So the audition, the actual filming, seeing the finished product.
That's a good question. Really good question. I think being on set and actually filming the scene, because like, you know, doing the audition and even preparing, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, you know, and then once you get on scene and kind of get the vibe, you know, from other, you know, actors and the director, you know, and it's like, you know, you can be versatile. You create, the creativity comes out. So for me, that's when I'm like, and that light camera action. Like, let's do this.
Yeah, that's the best part for me too. I have to agree with you.
I think I would agree. I enjoy being on set, like, but it's something, I think it's the moments leading up to getting on set, honestly. Like that drive or that like subway ride when you're like, all right, I got to get this, and this in my bag. And you're like into like, I don't know, like hustle mode and stuff and getting yourself prepped. And then you get there and you're like, now we're in this. Like, let's begin. And then it all starts flowing and stuff. That's the most like exhilarating feeling, I think. Not even being on the other side of the camera. Sometimes it's like, I don't know, distorting when you get on the other side, and I don't know. But I think set is a good.
Yes,
set's definitely.
And
one of
it's
my favorite
always
parts.
fun when you have great chemistry with everybody.
Yes.
When everybody's chemistry is on point, because I feel like it allows you to be creative.
Yes.
Be creative and kind of break out of that shell, because it's. I know for me, I get so caught up in wanting to make sure that I do my character justice. And with that, you get into this whole, I need to be perfect. But we're very imperfect people. Like, nobody's perfect. So your character is human just like you. Live in that. They make mistakes just like you make mistakes. You know, so... But that chemistry, I'm telling you, it just makes
it feels so good to get along with people.
Yes. Let's see. You have anything you want to ask? Because I got a bunch of questions.
I have so many. I love asking about this. What was one of the hardest challenges when you first began acting?
Hard.
Finding on set. Like that differentiating between like practice and then like the real deal.
Practice and the real deal. I think when I first started, I think I was just trying too hard. I don't know if I'm answering. I remember like my first role, and I just remember like feeling like I'm acting, you know, if that makes sense. Like I was just trying to be perfect. I'm like, this is my first role. I don't want any bad feedback. You know, I need them to call me again. And I think I was just trying really, really hard. And I was like, this is not it, you know. Like that. Someone told me one time, a director, like if you're, he said something like if you're acting, or I can't, I'm sorry, I can't remember, but it was just a quote that he used, like good acting is not acting, or something like that.
Reacting.
Yes.
Acting is reacting.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, just that first role was not good, you know, and so I had to get into, like you say, getting to the character. I never really learned, I guess, until after that, making the character, you know, myself, or you know, just researching and all of that that comes with it. So once I learned to do that, it was like.
How did you start studying acting? Both of you. I don't think I've asked you this either, Jonay. Oh. Like, did you guys do classes or?
Yeah, well, for me, I didn't go to school for it or anything, just workshops.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, for me.
It was the same for me. I kind of started out really young. I was like 10. I did my very first commercial for Fox Sports in Pittsburgh when I was 10. I still remember my lines.
Oh, really? What were they? Go ahead.
It said, watch Fox Sports, catch the daily scores, highlights, and interviews without clicking the dial.
Oh, wow.
Clicking the dial.
Yes. So
how cute.
That was my first time. And then I kind of, once I got older, it fell off. And it wasn't until maybe 4 years ago that I got back into it, like serious. I always wanted to, but it just life, work and school. But I when I went to Hampton, that was my major, was theater arts.
Okay.
But then I got into my own head, and I was like, you going to do with a theater arts degree? You need to get an English degree.
Okay.
It's a lot that you can do with your English degree. And so I changed my major to English.
Dang.
But for the most part, all of mine is just natural. You know, I was born with it.
Yeah.
And I have taken classes. I've done workshops. I've done workshops in New York, here in Maryland, and that's where my training came in. Just life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people you meet and interact with, like,
Absolutely.
oh, I could take a piece of this person and put it in this character, and yeah.
But there's also like so many different techniques and stuff too, which is why I think I always enjoyed it. Like I enjoy like the homework that goes into it a lot. That's honestly might be one of my favorite parts. Honestly, the prep for a role and stuff like that. But like, because I went to school for it as well, but I also did classes and stuff growing up, like at studios. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that like play into just like defining your own way to do this, because that's the other thing,
right?
Like you're just kind of taking bits and pieces of the way you learn and seeing what does and doesn't work for you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very true.
We're all just guessing.
We are.
It's a guessing game.
Pretty much.
And I feel like it's always that. Even with the most trained actor, it's always that, because that character, you don't know them personally.
Yeah.
So even with your research, you still have to guess sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like it is what it is. Because in life, you got to guess.
Yeah.
Every day.
Very good point.
You don't know everything.
Nope.
Like, I mean, I guess it's upstairs. You see my shoe? I guess it's down there. Maybe. I don't know. So,
right.
So, yeah, we are just guessing.
Yeah.
So, like, where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years? Where do you see, like, what do you see happening?
I see myself on like a Paramount studio, on like a hit television show. Yeah, like a lead role.
So you like television?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like
Yes, I do. Compared to like the feature, yeah, the TV is where my heart is.
Why TV? Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's really fast paced.
Yeah.
That TV.
Yeah, I mean, I think depending on like the type of show you're on and stuff. Like I was watching actually Actors on Actors the other day, and it was Kaylee Cuoco and then Anthony Anderson. So it was very weird.
Right.
But, she was talking about like how for Blackish, he's in at like his call time was like 5:45 in the morning, and he'll do a 14-hour day, 5 days a week, for 120 days with 2 days off, like sick day.
Yeah.
So that's him. Meanwhile, Kaylee Cuoco, because they've been doing this for 10 years now, she works only 14 hours a week.
A week. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she's also not like, well, she is a lead now, I guess. But like for Big Bang Theory and stuff, it's not, it's more fleshed out.
Hey.
What I always thought was cool though was like Sarah Jessica Parker said something about like, she's on, I think it's Divorced is the show that she's on now.
Okay.
On HBO. It's actually pretty funny. But she said that she liked finally getting to work back in television again, because like she could go home to her kids and be there to like raise them. It's like she can build a life around it.
Okay.
Which I feel like is a cool concept. Like movies, you're working so hard for months, and then you're like nothing for months and just kind of off and stuff. So it's like,
it's continuous. So my question is so I've never really I like movies. That's what I want to do. I like movies. Film, that's my thing. So maybe you can tell me with television shows, because this is my idea of it. You get a script for that episode. Do you have to turn around and learn a whole nother script for the next episode?
Yeah,
that's a lot. Okay,
that's how it goes.
It's a lot.
That's just too much for you, huh?
But I mean, I can do it. That's what I'm saying. Like it's very
fast. Like
so you do that, and then you gotta get your lines down for the next episode.
Well, the other thing is, I also think like when you're doing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because you'd know better than me, but like when you're doing television, you're given the script. If you're given it per episode, I mean, they can obviously be pretty extensive if they have like in all the film directions, but a page is about like a page and a half of script adds to about a minute of dialogue, typically.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if it's like a 30-minute like
show.
I mean, I guess we don't really do 30-minute sitcoms anymore. Everything's like an hour.
Yeah, now it is.
But it's like 60 pages, and then if you're doing a movie, it's about like an hour and a half. So I'm not gonna do that math. It's like really long.
Yeah, from like my experience. But it's like with the, I guess, television, like you say, you do, let's say an episode, or you rehearse and everything for that whole week. So you got like that whole week, I guess, to do that episode. Then the following week, something new.
Weekly.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
Right back around and you
I
do
like
a
that
whole
though.
A whole nother.
And this is why I admire every actor on Scandal.
Oh yeah.
Because Scandal is not only like, they have the episodes, but it's fast.
Yeah.
Their dialogue is fast. And you have to be, and the timing is impeccable.
Yeah.
So when somebody says, as soon as they finish, you got to jump right in there. And I didn't understand just how much it was until I was taking a class, an acting class, and we had a scene from Scandal. And when you actually look at just that one scene, not the whole, just that one scene,
right?
You really have, like, they talk really fast, and you gotta be fast, and that person coming in has to be quick.
Point.
Like, there is no. So yeah,
like
they are.
space.
You all are skilled.
I've heard, like, we had this one guy at Emerson where I went to college come in who he was on Scandal. Oh crap, I can't remember who he was, but he was a pretty big character for a while, and they asked him how he gets the scripts down and stuff, and he was saying like they'll rehearse back and forth for like a little bit, I guess, and like God forbid they get a rewrite. But they'll rehearse for a bit in their trailers and in their dressing rooms and stuff, going back and forth, and then they come in with the director, or if Kerry Washington directed a couple episodes, and so did the guy that plays the president. Anyway, and they go, okay, Scandal pace, and they pick it up, and then they start overlapping lines to see if they do it, like you do when you practice an argument, for example.
Yeah.
But then they just overlap lines, and then they count in like breaths and stuff to like hash it out. Incredible. Incredible.
This is work. It's
so
work.
good.
It's work. Okay.
That's a whole nother level.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, one day.
You got it. You got it. It's coming. Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
I don't want to go over. Where are we at, DJ? Is he paying attention?
5.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Dang. Wait, we got to get to words of advice.
Yes.
That's where we got to go. I'm upset.
In my Drake voice.
Drake.
Quality voice.
Poor quality. High marketability.
All right, so you had a question for us?
Yeah. What would be some words of advice for anybody? Just like starting out or not starting out? Something you've learned.
I think what I've learned is what it's already written. I guess our journey and everything. You can't look at someone else's journey or their time and say, "Why I've been doing this for 10 years and they've been doing it for 2 and they're established or whatever." Your time is going to come. When it's supposed to.
That's right.
So that's what I learned, because when I started, I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm about to. I was going to quit, like it's taking too long, but yeah, it's going to come when it's supposed to.
It always does.
Yes.
Give us your social media.
Yeah. Well, my social media, what is it? Instagram is Latanya Blue 12. Facebook Latanya Blue, and it's blue like the color.
Is that your real last name?
It's my real last name.
That is such a cool name. Latanya Blue.
I'm blue.
You were already born for that to be big.
Thank you.
Just definitely like sounds perfect to me. It's got a ring to it.
I appreciate it. And Twitter, I don't know how to work Twitter.
Me neither.
Who does?
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to work that. I don't even have a Twitter.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
At Tanya Blue, but yeah, that's it.
Nice.
All right.
We want to give a shout out to our host, Justin,
Yes.
who is
Miss
not
you.
here with us. He's in
Yes,
Costa Rica.
Justice.
Is
I'm
he?
jealous.
Yes, he
is
said
in
he was
Costa
going to
I didn't know he went to
country.
Costa Rica already.
Yes, he did.
Aw.
He's visiting
I'm
his
jealous.
fiance.
Yes.
Hey, fiance.
Hey, Justin.
And Jared is actually filming in,
yeah.
I think, Jersey. Are you in Jersey, Jared? He's
No.
filming right now, so he's out. So
Shout out
hi,
to
Justin.
Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Hi,
It's
Jared.
Jared.
And everybody
You
keep
went
an
to
eye
Jared.
out for Charm City, and let's see if we can
Oh,
see Latanya.
Thank you.
We
Yes.
gonna see you.
So
Thank
excited.
you.
Be like, I know her.
What's your character's name?
I was friend 1.
Okay.
Okay, but Tiana just don't call me Pig. I don't know why. I was like, it's my nose. She's like, that's your nickname. So yeah.
Got
Word.
it.
We'll see you.
Thank
Oh my
you.
Gosh. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
You
me.
are always welcome.
Thank you.
Ex Kelsey.
I know.
I
I've been
came
here 3
in
times.
and she's
Really?
She's like our resident.
I keep coming back.
Oh, that's dope.
It's fun. It's fun.
This is
Yes.
amazing. I just want you to say
Isn't
I
it
love
cool?
it. I
Why,
love it.
thank you.
Yes.
This is quality.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but thanks for having me.
No problem. This is Out the Box Radio. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we will see you next week with Justin.
Woo-hoo.
He's going to be back, y'all. Love you guys.
Bye.
Today's broadcast was brought to you by Vistaprint. Create powerful promotions that are easy to design and hard to miss. With Vistaprint, it's easy to customize your business cards, marketing material, corporate gifts, calendars, stationery, and more with confidence, or get real-time design help. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint to get $20 off any order of $40 or more. If you have a message to get out, you want it to be affordable, but you want it to look professional. Visit radioonfire.com/Vistaprint for $20 off today.